Communications, all good, excellent. Richard, until we're just me and you, how is the Himalayan going? 1 more week is gone. What are your impressions so far? Running sweetly, 5,000 kilometers now. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I like that everything is alright. I hope that you will enjoy it for many, many trouble-free years. And today I watched a few videos about Royal Enfield Himalayan. There are some small problems here and there, but nothing so dramatic. So light feels like a fitter, younger, easier. He said, yeah, absolutely agree. It's a low center of gravity, should be very easy to ride. There is one here in a shop around 200 kilometers away from Varna, but unfortunately in Varna they don't, in Bulgaria they don't give motorcycles for test rides. It's very difficult. Only in BMW sometimes they do this organized test rides for a day or something like that. But you cannot just go to the shop and take it for test ride. They're not gonna give it to you. At least for now. Maybe in the future it will change, but for now it's like that. But I'm glad that everything is fine to you so far. So because you're gonna travel with your wife, Lina, do you plan to buy hard panniers or something like that? Yeah, it's shame, but it is what it is. We're a small country with not so many clients, so I perfectly understand them. They usually got like 1 or 2 motorcycles in the shop, so they cannot really afford to have motorcycles for test ride. It's the same for the shop that is in Varna. Here they sell Yamahas, they sell Aprilia as well, Suzuki's, but they don't give any motorcycles for test ride. You go to the shop, if you like it, you buy it. If not, next please. So this is the situation. Today we're not gonna have any topics, so it will be more Q&A section. I hope that some more people will come so we can discuss. When she comes, I will need panniers, but it will try to convince her to go to soft panniers. Yeah, soft bags will do exactly the same purpose as panniers, but they will be much lighter and I guess much cheaper. Cheaper is not exactly, because depends on the brand, but you can definitely have cheap options if you understand what I mean. With panniers, you cannot buy them cheap, and you'll need luggage racks. They are also heavy. So if it's possible, go to saddlebags. And the amount for the kilograms that you can put inside will be about the same, or the liters that you can have inside. You might be able even to have a little bit more with soft luggage, because they can expand a little bit, but with the hard panniers, it is square, hard, and if it's said 50 liters, it's 50 liters, no more. You cannot have more inside. In my own, I use only 30 liter bag. Yeah, I understand, but you know, with women, the most important means 2 big hard cases, like 100 liters each. This is the most important for women. So I'm really sorry for you, Richard, but you should have something on the back if you want to travel with your good lady, as you said. Yeah, for me, cannot wait, man. 2 more months, I just cannot wait. The quoted weight includes main stand, rear rack, engine bars, radiator guard, and gas to be added onto other bikes. Gas to be added on other bikes. Okay. So what they said about the weight, 180 or 190 kilograms, what they said? She's learning to go light. This learning process might take many years. 196 kilograms. That's good weight. Also because it's low center of gravity. The engine is very heavy, but it's very low down there. So should be alright. Or do you definitely feel it lighter? definitely lighter than Tenere. Even the old Tenere 660 was also top heavy compared to Himalayan. Today I watched a guy explaining about Himalayan. He hasn't got some kind of big issues. They are more like not even technical issues, more problems that are easy to fix. Something like he said that the odometer, it's always off. When you have the ignition, odometer is off, so you have to press the button on the left side to have it on the display. And next time when you turn off and turn on again it's not there. Something like that, just annoying things in the software, but nothing major with the engine or with the motorcycle at all. You're small. 5'9" is not small, but just average guy. But if you take it from a bright side, it's easy for you. Okay. So today I decided to be just Q&A, no topics. But it looks like when it's Q&A, less people are coming. Maybe it's better always to have some kind of topic. So next time I will maybe find some different topic to talk. I just want to give people more time to have more questions and eventually to make some kind of conversation. But not so many people are interested. Thanks to you, Richard, you're always here. The most loyal member that I've got is you, Richard. So Richard, for you, any questions, or if you want to share something, feel free to do it. I'm here for you now at the moment. It looks like winter is coming here. Today was 19 degrees. I haven't got this on the top. Cold today. How traveling with a companion going to change my plans? Well, I'm sure that it will change my plans a lot. Luckily, we know each other with Plamen from a long time. He's more or less like me, so I don't think that we're gonna have some big differences. But there will be some differences, because when you have someone with you, it doesn't matter how well you're doing, it's completely different story. As a minimum, you have to share one room. When I'm alone, I can remove my clothes, for example, and go completely like my mother gave me a birth, so I can do whatever I like. But now when you have a companion, it will be a little bit different. We share a room, we're gonna have one toilet, one shower, but that's fine. There will be also many benefits when you have someone to talk, someone to eat, to share moments and stuff like that. It will definitely change, especially when I meet people. On my trips I always try to meet as many as possible people. I will do the same now, but now we're gonna be 2 people. And for those guys who offered help during the trip or accommodation, might be a little bit bizarre or different. But it is what it is. As I said, it's a fair exchange, and I promised to Plamen that we'll go together. So I'll take the risk now. We'll see how it's going. If everything is all right, we might go next year again together. But let's see first how it will go, because even if you know someone from a long time, until you don't get enough riding days with him, you don't really know what will be. So usually on this type of trips, the long trips, people change, and they never change to the good sides. They always change to the bad sides, and I don't know, but I like the risk, so it is all probably part of the adventure. He will definitely help me in the hard moments, because he's very, very good rider. He's also a very skilled mechanic. I hope we're not gonna have any mechanical issues, but if we have, he is the man to travel with, if you understand what I mean. After South America, do you have any other dream destinations? Yes, I have. For the next year, again, it will be in the winter next year, summer there, I plan to go to Africa. I have invitation from Kenya and Tanzania. I also have a friend over there, so he will definitely help me with a motorcycle. But I also have invitation from a company that makes motorcycle tours in Africa. They also sponsored my trip this year, and they're gonna sponsor my trips next year to to Africa. So they're gonna give me a motorcycle, and I will try to see as much as possible from Tanzania, Kenya, and all the countries around, all countries that are possible to go. But it will be next year. First, I need to finish with South America, and until I come back, I cannot even start planning anything until this trip is not finished. So this is the plan for next year. First is South America, then we're gonna see what will be after that. What about your plans, Richard? Greek islands. This year, you mean now in September, October? October is still fine. Next year. All right. You can go now in September, October if you're free, but next year with the Himalayan. Yeah, just make sure that you have at least 5,000-6,000 kilometers on the clock before you go to something more longer. In 2026, Morocco. Yeah, Morocco is also a very good destination. With Himalayan, you'll enjoy it. Yeah. I liked Morocco, I like the country, I like what I've seen, I like the food, but I did not really like the people over there. They were a little bit strange, a little bit bizarre. I don't want to say anything bad about them, but they were too greedy. Everyone was begging for money, and this is what I did not really like there. I don't think that I will ever go back to Morocco. Not because of people, partly because of people, but secondly because I saw almost everything that is possible to see in this country from attractions point of view. I saw the sea, I saw the desert, I saw these beautiful big towns with big markets and stuff like that. Of course, there are many things that are worth to see. I might go again if I have someone to do, let's say, only off-road trip around mountains, like what was Atlas Mountains, I think was there. Then I might do it again, but just for Morocco, for attractions, I don't think that I will go there again. This year and next year, even Africa, it's a nice trip. I look forward to see it, but I don't know, I'm not so excited about it. I don't know why. Maybe because South America is so beaten path, so many people been there, everything is so clear. I'm really look forward to see Brazil, because not many people. I don't think that I even know a person who've been in Brazil. So I really look forward Brazil. The other day I watched a few videos from Brazil. A guy who is traveling with a camping van. He's a very good photographer, and I really love what I've seen so far. I cannot say that it is the best motorcycle destination, but it is definitely very interesting tourist destination. I really look forward to it, and because it's so big and diversified country, I'm sure that there will be many motorcycle routes that I will enjoy very much, and I really look forward. To be honest, Brazil keep me motivated for this trip. The rest, I know that it's beautiful, I know what it is. But as I said, so many people have been there, and it's not something that will be like, wow. So we'll see how it's going. Synthetic or natural fibrous base layer. T-shirts will be cotton, definitely cotton, because it's going to be hot. I have mid layer, what they call in Revit gear, they call it mid layer, something like this, but with sleeves, like a sweatshirt. Which is synthetic, but t-shirts, socks and underwear, definitely cotton, because it's going to be hot. In the hot days I prefer to have cotton, because cotton holds the water, which is mean that when you sweat you hold the water and will keep you, you're not gonna overheat that fast with cotton. I understand that I will need to climb some high elevation peaks in Chile, in Argentina. but I'm not gonna spend so much time on the top, and with the gear that I have I'll be alright on the cold days, but after that I'll go down to the hot weather, so 90% of the time I'll be on the hot climate and high humidity possibly in Brazil or the northern part of South America. So I'll be alright with the cotton, but this will be. I'll go with the usual stuff, nothing much to change. What do you miss most when you're traveling, and do you take anything special, take English chair bags? Well, the thing that I miss a lot, it's a good quality food, but everywhere around the world you can find a good quality food, but I have a specific preferences for, I'm very careful with the food, what I eat when I travel, and I cannot really get it when I travel. Sorry, I'm very careful what I eat when I'm at home, but when I travel I cannot get it. So for example, every morning I like to eat eggs. Like I eat every morning 4 or 5 eggs, fried in butter usually. I like to have sometimes like a shake with yogurt, raw egg and banana inside. This is what I eat at home. But when you travel, these things are different. Sure, eggs, scrambled eggs or omelette or something like that, you can find almost everywhere. For example, in Russia, almost every morning I was eating omelette or scrambled eggs with 4 eggs. But they are never made exactly what I want them to be, but it's still compromise. So the food is one of the things that I miss when I travel. I don't drink coffee, I drink tea, but it's not necessary to drink tea. I can drink it also, I can also not drink it. So it's not a problem. I don't have any food addictions and stuff like that. On the trip, almost every day I eat 1 chocolate. I enjoy it very much on the trip. Here at home, I'm very careful with the chocolate. I still love it, but I try to avoid it. But on the trips, because you lose a lot of energy, almost every day I eat 1 chocolate like this. So I don't really miss anything. I'm not gonna take anything special with me. Nothing special, just the usual stuff. I'm with you on the eggs. The other things I miss a lot of is apexes. Yeah, it is what it is. It's still a trip. Still, you can get anything, but I really look forward to eat interesting and local food in South America, especially Argentinian steaks. Man, I will love to eat a lot of them, a lot. Pete, hi Pete, how are you doing, man? Pete, today we're not gonna have any topics, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. It's an open conversation with you guys, just like that. So if you want to ask me something, or if you want to share some stories, feel free to do it. It's like conversations with friends. I should have 1 beer here, but anyway, I have water. The last 3 days I've got guests at home and I drank too much, so now it's relaxed day. When your current area has to, have you seen anything tempt you? Not yet, Richard, not yet. I don't have any desires. I haven't seen any model that I would like to have right now. And I am a type of person that when I like something, I like it and I use it for many years. This was the case with my old Tenere. This will be the case with this Tenere. So I will definitely keep it until it works in good condition. Eventually 200,000 kilometers. And then I don't know. They said that this or maybe next year Yamaha will come with a new model of the Tenere, completely new, not like the facelift that they made with this World Trade and this Extreme or Explore version that they've got. So they said that after a few years the new model will come with completely different design and everything. So we'll see what they will launch first, we'll see what we're gonna have, and eventually after my Tenere is already worn out, they need to be changed. I'm 95% sure that I'm gonna change it again to the next Yamaha Tenere, because this is the most logical choice for me. Pete, when I was in India they told me that not to eat chocolate because The Moses go to the sweetest in the sweet. Yeah, absolutely, I know that, but it's the same, more or less the same with any food. It's the same with any food. Richard, I would like to see Tenere 450 500cc. This will be a good option, but the light is not always a plus. In most of the cases it's good to be light, but 450 500 engine, I'm afraid that it will finish much faster than 6 or 700cc. I don't think that Yamaha will go for this, but they might. I really don't know. What I've seen in the last few years, many manufacturers, they dropped to this middleweight adventure motorcycles, 2 cylinders, something like 6 or 700, but not so many went down below that. Yeah, the Chinese MT went to 450, Kove 450, but Royal Enfield with 450, but they were with 400 before that. So I don't think that they will go that low. It is possible, but I'm not sure about it. I cannot bet on it. But even if it's come, I don't think that I'm gonna get something like that. Unless it's very good with the price. Because, you know, you still need power and how I have to say, affordable weight when you decided to travel long distances. Now, for example, last year to Russia, I spent 40,000 kilometers. 40,000 kilometers on 450cc. It's not that it's impossible. Of course it's possible. You can go with anything, even with 150. But you will definitely feel more comfortable when you have a little bit more weight and a little bit more power to run. Even the old Tenere was only 50 horsepower, but the weight was enough to ride it on the highways, on the normal roads, even on the dirt roads. So when you have so light motorcycles, something like a Honda CRF 300, or the same motorcycle I'm gonna ride now in South America, yeah, it's light, it's nice for technical roads, but I'm not sure how it's going to be on the highways. So I don't know. It is also true that I'm not gonna be younger and I'm not gonna be stronger in the next few years, so I might change to something lighter. But I highly doubt that Yamaha will come with 450 or 500cc. I really doubt. They will definitely come probably with 900cc to compete with some European brands, but I don't think that they will go below 600. Just my opinion. I have found that it doesn't matter what size bike is. I ride travel 90 100, extra power is 11. I agree with you. I also don't ride fast, but it's good to have a solid foundation underneath, because even if they have this 450 or 500cc motorcycle, they still need to have some kind of strong frame and subframe. This is what I like in Yamaha motorcycles, that they make really strong frame and subframe. This was the case with the old Tenere, this is the case with my Tenere now. Everything is made very strong, and the most heaviest part of this motorcycles were the engines and the frames. So even if they come with something like 500cc, I don't think that it will be no more than 20 kilos lighter, but it will be definitely much slow with a, not slow, it will be much weaker with the horsepower, and I don't know, we'll see. But I will definitely never buy anything heavier than 200 kilos. 200 kilos is already too much, but more than that I cannot even imagine to have on a long trips and need to push that every day here and there. And when you need to go off the road, then it's completely different story. But I agree with you. I also never ride more than 100, 110 kilometers per hour. If I'm on the highway, I can go to 120, but this is the maximum. Usually on the normal roads, I ride like 90, 100 kilometers. That's it. That's maximum. It's good to have power here and there to twist the throttle if you need to overtake. I don't know how you're gonna cope with the passenger, because with Himalayan, with 40 horsepower or 40, it has 40 horsepower, yeah, the Himalayan. And with passenger, I don't know how it's gonna be when you need to make overtakes, when you go uphill, big lorries overtakes, you'll need to think a little bit more. But I'm sure you'll be alright. You'll definitely feel the passenger. I can feel the passenger on my Tenere as well. It's completely different motorcycle when I have passenger. Definitely not for two people. You traveled a lot on CB, no problems. It's a little bit different story because CB 500 is 2 cylinders. It's very solid motorcycle, very solid frame, very solid engine. Himalaya is going to be different. So you'll feel a difference, but you'll definitely share your experience. By the way, I really like CB500X. I really like this model. It's just too small for me, but I really like it. So clear, so nice design. It's a wonderful motorcycle. If they have it in a little bit bigger size and 21-inch front wheel, would be perfect option for me. I like the design. So clean, so not useless parts, anything. That's why I say this. It's completely different story. It's very solid. With her on the back, short days, lots of breaks, take a pressure off. Yeah, absolutely. It's exactly what we do. But it's still a passenger. It still takes a lot of your power when you need to overtake. And especially uphill, it will be very noticeable. With Himalaya, definitely will be very noticeable. There are some motorcycles that on paper they have a lot of power, but in reality you don't really feel it. It was the same with the Aprilia Touareg when I tested. It's supposed to be, I don't know, Aprilia, I think it's 80 horsepower, more than Tenere, like 8 horsepower more. But I felt it weaker than Tenere. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the impression that I've got. Maybe, I don't know. So it's definitely different with different motorcycles, even though they might have the same horsepower. But in your case, CB500 is with 48 horsepower, Himalayan with 40, 2 cylinders, 1 cylinder, I don't know, you will tell me later. CB500 was excellent, reliable, economic, and did a really great conversion, suspension and body protection, which helped me a lot. She was very comfy. Perfect. When you have a different suspension, upgraded, it's completely different motorcycle. Do you think to touch the suspension of the Himalayan or not yet? I haven't checked the Himalayan. I think I checked, but I haven't found any information about the forks of the Himalayan. Who made them? Let me check. What brand are they? Who made them? Do you know something about it? Suspension is perfect for now, okay. Himalayan 450. .43mm forks upside down. Do you have any adjustments on the top? Compression, rebound, preload? Showa, okay. Alright, Showa. Do you have preload? No adjustment, just rear preload. This might be a problem when you have a passenger. At least you have a rear preload, you can tighten a little bit the shock. How is the front? Is it so soft and weak when you press the brake? When you're alone, when you brake harder? Diving a lot or just enough, hard enough? Pete, you haven't asked anything. How are you doing, man? No questions, nothing to me. Are you still there? No, the suspension impressive as standard, no dive, but soft and no complaints on the tarmac. Ah, you're sitting and just listening. Why you're not part of the conversation, Pete? Not good at all. Soft and no complaint on the tarmac. Time will tell. Exactly. Anyway, you need at least 5,000-6,000 kilometers to understand what it is. I also did the same with my itinerary. I did one trip without anything and then changed the springs. But it took some time to learn it properly, to see what it can or what it cannot do, what are the weak spots and what I can improve. So it will definitely take some time. I'm sure that on some stage you will upgrade the front a bit, especially if you don't have any adjustments. You will need probably harder springs if you have a passenger all the time. Because now when you preload the rear and the front is weak, you disbalance the motorcycle, you change the whole ergonomic of the motorcycle. So you definitely need to do something. The one thing that I'm adjusting to is right to the wire throttle. So the Himalayan is with the wire throttle. It's not that direct with the carb. Okay. From my experience, when you have a wire throttle, it's always smoother than the cable electronics. Well, even though in my opinion the electronic throttle it's always smoother and precise, I still prefer to have wire because wire is simple to fix. I didn't know that the Himalaya went that far. So beside the ABS, do they have something else or just the ABS? Because usually when they put a wire throttle, they have cruise controls and different modes and stuff like that. 2 modes, okay. Well, we'll see. Only the time will tell us. I don't know, did I told you the story about the full power, economy and cruise? Okay. I don't know, did I told you the story about the Himalayan that I tested? I'm sure that you have heard this story, but when I went to Himalayan shop to clean the motorcycle, to change the brake pads and to change the side stand because I broke it in India, I asked the guys from the shops, how many kilometers do you think that this engine will last? I asked about the old Himalayan 411 and they told me, we don't know, around 50,000 kilometers. I said, 50,000 kilometers? For the life of the engine? Is that what you expect? They say, yeah, 50,000 kilometers. I said, man, my trips are usually last like 20, 30,000 kilometers. So what does it mean? That's, if I buy this motorcycle, it will last 2 trips and that's it. Game is over. Now, for example, my itinerary is on 78,000 kilometers. And they said, we don't know. We still don't have motorcycle on more than 20, 30,000 kilometers. It was many years ago. So I hope that they built this new Himalayan in much better quality and they really believe that it will last longer, because you travel a lot, you will gain these kilometers very fast. And yeah, I can see that we have 4 people now. The rest of the guys, please introduce yourself. Don't just stay like that. Today is open conversation, questions and answers. So if you want to ask me something or if you want to add something into the conversation, please do it so. This stream is going to be watched from many people after that and they might benefit from our conversation. Pete, I think they build it for the international market. Yes, they build it. They definitely build it for the international market, but they still build it in India, and I hope that they build it with better build quality, because the old model was not good at all. I know of a few examples of old Hemi riding well on 80,000 kilometers. New water cooled are very different bikes. Okay, that's good to hear. I also heard from a few places that the new, not I have heard this not about Himalaya, about another, what they have, intercopter or something like that. I have heard someone said that the build quality is just much better than most of Japanese and European motorcycles. So I don't know what is the case with the Himalayan. I haven't seen it closely so far, me really to see it, so I cannot say. But yeah, the time will definitely tell us what it was and what will be. But 80,000 kilometers is a good result for the old Himalayan. But if they start using good components like Showa suspension and stuff like that, so is it the shock also Showa? Rear shock? Still no signs for the rest of the guys? Yes, it is okay. Please don't be shy, introduce yourselves. Come to the conversation. If you have any questions, guys, go ahead. I'll be glad if I can answer it. Yeah, a lot of hype now about these new models. I have one video that is coming tomorrow on Monday about the hype of the new models. Highest performance, next frame and design from UK firm. Okay, good to know. Make the frame and design them UK firm. Okay. No, it looks good when you see it like that. I like the design. I like how they designed the muffler. It's really very beautifully designed underneath. Some people say that it's also generate a lot of heat because the engine is on the top, but that's all right. When you ride with boots and with motorcycle pants, that is not big a problem. But we'll see. So as I said, I have a video coming tomorrow. The title is Reliability or Features. And I talked about this hype that it's now Royal Enfield, Himalayan, CF Moto 450, Kove 450, and all of these models that are coming like a flies every single day, new model, and all of them will be the next Tenere killer or the next perfect adventure motorcycle. But let's wait a couple of years, 2-3 years, 50,000-60,000 kilometers, real owner's review, like real feedbacks like from you, Richard, when you get some kilometers to share your experience, to share your opinion on the topic, because it's very different when you see it like that. For example, today I watched another one video of a friend of mine, Ismo from Finland, and he made a review about Aprilia Touareg. And he said a lot of positive things about the motorcycle. He said also a few problems, that he has 3 different problems. But I know for sure that he sold the motorcycle. And when I spoke with him on the telephone, he said, I just cannot trust this motorcycle anymore. So it doesn't matter how wonderful one model is. If you cannot trust it, it just does not worth the money. So if you have one motorcycle with a lot of features, but it's not reliable, it's like an unreliable motorcycle with a lot of features, nothing more. Yeah, you told me now you have 3 years of borderless unlimited mileage warranty. I hope it won't need it. Yeah, I really hope this is what it's really nice. I'm sure that you can extend it even 1 more year if you pay some extra money. So if you have this chance, if you plan to keep it for more than 3 years, please do it so, because this motorcycle, as I said, I hope that everything will be alright to you, but it's still in the risky category. And if I am on your place, I will definitely extend the warranty a little bit more. And how is the dealers change in UK with the Himalayan? I guess it should be fine, yeah? Because in Bulgaria, we don't have it. So everyone who is going to buy it here, it's in the risky category. As I said, we have one dealer that sell it here in the middle of the country, but he just sells the model. He's not a dealer of Himalayan. Yeah, okay, if the dealer network is excellent, that's good. At least that is good. So they definitely made this model more international open, not like the old model, because the old model was more like for the Indian market. And growing all the time. Good to know that. That's good. And what is the Patsov Razov? Hey. Hello, man. How are you doing? First time here. Nice to see you here in the chat. As I said, it's an open conversation, Q&A. If you have any questions, go ahead. Richard, what are the service intervals? I mean, oil change and inspections and stuff like that. How many kilometers they ask, or miles? Or what the manual said? If they put 650 engine on it, it will be straight on the... yeah, they will probably. They have this, I think this intercopter is 650. And they will probably do it in the future for the Himalayan as well. 6,000 miles after 1 year service will change more often. 6,000 miles after first service will change more often. Intercopter, yeah. Richard, I cannot get it. 6,000 miles is the inspection interval. 6,000 miles, 10,000 kilometers after first service. I'll change. Ah, okay, I understood it. Now I got it. Yeah. 5,000 kilometers first service. Oh, interesting. Usually on all kilometers they say 1,000 and then 10,000 kilometers. I will definitely advise to change the oil every 5,000 kilometers. It's a small engine. You'll use it with passenger. I'm sure that you're not gonna twist a lot, but it will be still heavy use. So change it, 5,000 kilometers. After that, the oil is almost in every situation rubbish. Now on my trip to Russia, I changed it on 10,000 kilometers. But I am a single rider. I don't ride fast, and I just made this compromise because the trip was so long. And I do not even have the possibility to change it more often because of the distances between the towns and possibility to buy a good oil. So 5,000 definitely will help you. Long time Patreon, but first time in the stream. Why? Why the hell are you paying your Patreon membership and you never come to the stream? It's for people like you. It's the only way that I can appreciate and say thank you very much, and if I can help you with something, I'll be glad to do it. So you're from Greece and live in Germany, or you're German live in Greece? To the name it should be Greek, yeah. Tricky schedule on Sundays. Ah, okay. Yeah, I understand, but I thought Sunday will be easy for everyone. But guys, if you think that we can have another day, let's say Saturday, we can do it on Saturday. Richard, Pete, what do you think about it? So for me, it's not a problem. We can change the stream to another day. Ah, you're Greek and live in Berlin. Yeah, good. As you know, I also lived in Berlin. Where about in Berlin you live? Ah, okay. Saturday we take the ladies out. All right. So then we keep the schedule till Sunday. For me, any day is fine. I just try to split it to the days of the week, because usually Monday I have a video, Thursday I have a video on the second channel, and Sunday is the stream. So that's why it's easier for me. But if you think that we can have another day, we can have another day. It's not a problem. Never had the pleasure to meet you in traffic light or something, sadly. Well, now you're not gonna have this chance because now I'm living in Bulgaria. But you can come to Bulgaria, it's not that far. Kalispera, yeah. I remember this word. Aiga miso. Ella. Greece is nice. I can make a trip to Greece, but maybe on the later stage. I've been there before a few times. Not something that I look forward, but now when I'm getting older and older, it's when I see everything that I plan to see around the world, I can go back to Greece. Suddenly everybody speaks Greek here. Yeah, we speak enough. So we can change the conversation to Greek. Then will be a problem. We will remain silent. So what is your name? Pazov. Christos. Okay, Christos. Nice to meet you, Christos. Do you have any questions for me? Any topic that you like? Related to motorcycles or anything in the life? Greece is fabulous destinations. We're loving out of many islands here. Yeah, I agree. Greece is excellent. Excellent. For motorcycles, it's fantastic. And it's very close to me. As I said, I will definitely do it again in the future. Not in my plans now, but on the later stage, I will definitely do it. It's just too cultivated and too touristic orientated for my taste at the moment. Greece indeed is very nice, has gotten very expensive sadly the past years and the roads are quite low quality, but beautiful scenes. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it is definitely getting expensive now. The roads are still good compared to our roads here in Bulgaria. But I can see that we have another one. More and more people are coming, but they don't introduce themselves. Not good. Please say hello in the chat. Today we have open conversation. Any question that you might have on any topic, preferable on motorcycle topic, but you can ask me anything you like. Oh, Nikolai, you came late. How are you doing, man? How is the weather in Romania? Today was 19 degrees here. After the hot summer, I never thought that I'm gonna be cold today. So here I have a long sleeves now, long sleeves. Yeah, it's a dream to see the islands by Roro. Absolutely. If the money is not a problem, Greece is wonderful destination. Wonderful food, wonderful fish. Pooh, the best place to eat fish or seafood at all. Is there any equivalence of the Ace Cafe in Bulgaria? Hard to say, but we have so many interesting places to see in Bulgaria, Richard. You definitely need to come here and see it. And you need to plan more time, and you definitely need to come to see me here in Varna. And then we're gonna discuss your trip, but you'll enjoy everything here. Food, people, places to see. You will enjoy it. Yeah. Especially the food, you like it very much because I have seen so many English or British people to come to Bulgaria and so many foreigners. And I haven't seen even a single person to say, I don't like Bulgarian food. So you will enjoy it very much when I know your food, because I know what you eat in UK mostly. I don't know what you eat at home, but I know what is the kitchen, British kitchen, and I'm sure that you're gonna love it. You're gonna love our salads. There's so many different options, and you're gonna love the meat and all options. And my wife cook very well, so you'll enjoy everything. I'm sure you will. Six people still haven't said anything. Please say hello. Now we have Pete, we have Christos, we have Nikolai, we have Richard, 4 people. But still 2 people are not in the chat. Please introduce yourself. To be honest, personally I enjoy Bulgarian cuisine so much, maybe more than a Greek. Yeah, because you're not here every day. I also enjoy Bulgarian food very much. I also enjoy the variety, different options of seafood in Greece. I really like seafood and good quality fish. We also have it here, but in Greece it's just more fresh because you have so many islands. But you know, you always like something that you don't have. But yeah, we have a good cuisine here. Speaking of food, she is calling me salmon and green vegetables. Nice to talk. Okay, I like salmon. Enjoy your dinner, Richard. Thank you very much for coming again. You're, as I said, the most loyal member that I got and supporter of the channel. Send my regards to Lynn. Yeah. Seven people still no here in the chat. Here's all relevant question. If you had a budget of about 2,500, 3,000 euros, what motorcycle you would choose for the trip Asia, Africa? 2,000-3,000 euros nowadays are not much. And I will say for this amount of money, if you have to buy the motorcycle from Europe, because here you're gonna buy it from Germany, I will bet on something like Transalp. Probably gonna have on good in good condition, even though it's gonna be old motorcycle, but it will be in good condition and will be reliable motorcycle. Anything else is going to be more expensive. For example, even if you decided to buy like my old Tenere, which is very reliable machine, definitely not for everyone because single cylinder, but I sold it last year for 3,000 euros on 200,000 kilometers. Now, a year later, the same guy who bought it, now selling it for 4,500 euros. I don't know he sold it or not, but the prices are rising so quickly. And now old motorcycles cost a lot. In my opinion, they don't deserve this money, but these are the prices. So, for example, in Germany now, for this amount, 2,500, 3,000 euros, I don't know what you're gonna get. That's why I said, bet on something like Transalp. Transalp. Even though it's gonna be old, it will be still proven and reliable motorcycle to go so far away. I'm not gonna offer you this Suzuki, the most famous DR650, because you cannot find it anymore in Europe. It's forbidden in Europe, so you cannot really find it. It's a reliable motorcycle, but very agricultural. I will definitely go for something like Transalp. Oh, Ogi, nice to see you. I have 700 Transalp, very reliable, great for getting around the country. Yeah, 600 or 700 Transalp, you'll still get on. I think you're gonna get it on this price, and you'll be all right. Anything else is going to be more expensive. In Europe, the prices are just crazy right now. Ogi, how are you, man? Как си? Yeah, Transalp. Go for Transalp. Ogi, open conversation today. No topics. If you have questions, feel free to ask on English, on Bulgarian, whatever is good for you. All good. Been doing a lot of riding. Excellent. Not a lot of riding for me. I'll go to one motorcycle meeting next Friday here in Motocampi Dilevo next week. So Ogi, if you're around, come there to meet you. I'll be there on Friday. It's a Overland Adventures or something like that meeting. I'll go just for one night to see I was going to meet some friends, and then on the next day I'll come back here in Varna. I don't have time now, I have to save money. I still have 2 months to prepare myself for South America, so not much time to waste. Alright guys, go ahead with questions. I will give you a few more minutes. Ask me something. If you have any questions, please go ahead. Now is the moment. Open conversation, any question, any topic. For the guys who came late, Nikolai, Ogi. Everything is going very well, Nikolai. I'm ready. I'm almost ready. I still haven't got the final routes, but I'm gonna do it in the next few weeks. Every day I add a new points on the maps, and I'm working on the routes. I'll be ready after a few more weeks. But yes, I'm ready. Cannot wait to start. Do you ever get nervous on the week before you leave? Yeah, always, on every one of my trips. Not really nervous, but from the moment I start, I always thought, man, it's now the right moment. Am I ready? Is everything all right? Am I well prepared? It's always like that. But then after a few hours, I'm getting this riding mode, and everything starts to be just like a normal. You ride, you stop, you fill petrol, you sleep. The next day, I just go and continue to the plan, and that's fine. I'm not nervous anymore. But before every trip, before every beginning, it's like that. I think it's normal. And I don't know how many trips I already got, but it's always like that. Pete, how did you get your daily budget for South America? Based on everything that I have heard from people who already been there. I spoke with a few guys from Colombia, Venezuela, from Brazil, and a few of my friends that already been to all of the countries except Brazil. And they all said the same things. I also spoke a lot about it with Thomas, the guy who going to give me the motorcycle. So I do believe that I will be alright with something like 1,000 euros per month for everything, for food, accommodation, petrol, everything. And now many people will say, no, it's not possible, because if you have today 1,000 kilometers, only the petrol will be let's say $30-40. So you cannot get these prices. Yeah, but you're not gonna make every day 1,000 kilometers. There will be many days without any kilometers. At the end of the month, when you split the budget, you'll see that will be exactly like that. So it was the same now in Russia. And in Russia, the hotels are about the same prices, like $10. These are the hotel prices in South America as well. The petrol will be about the same price, and the food is about the same price. So now in Russia, for 3 months, I spent 3,000 euros for 3 months. Will you be staying with different motorcycle clubs on your travels? I will try to meet and stay in many as possible places, different people or clubs or something like that. And every time when I have this chance, I will definitely do it. Not because I would like to save money, as I said, the hotels are not that expensive, but because it's completely different experience when you have a chance to visit someone's house. And especially when the culture is different, when you're in different continent, everything is so interesting. I don't think that they have these clubs as they have it in Russia, so I will definitely try to visit as much as possible people, as I said, but I don't think that they will have these motorcycle clubs and places to spend the night in South America. I haven't heard about this from everyone who already been there. But the price of the hotels are around $10 per night. And now will be 2 people, so even if we have, when you travel with someone, you might lower the price even more, because you can have 1 room for 2 people for less price than 1 single person. So it might be, but about this, so of course I'm gonna have a little bit extra money in the case I need it, but more or less I do believe that this will be the budget. As I said, when you count it day by day, it might be many days that will cost me more than $30-40, but there will be many days that will cost me nothing. For example, when you have day off, you spend nothing. You just eat something here and there, and that's it. And it will cost you nothing. So at the end, I'm sure that this will be the budget, but of course, when I come back safe in one piece, I hope everything is going to be all right. I will definitely make a video with detailed video about the whole trip, how it's how it was, and the whole budget and everything. His travel partner traveled this south. Let me type something because your words, the last word is staying here underneath and I cannot read it. This sort of distance before. No, he hasn't been on a so long trip before. He has done many trips, like 2-3 weeks, but never so long trip. He's a wonderful guy. I know him from a long time, and I don't think that we're gonna have problems with that. He also look forward to see this journey, but you never know. Travel companion is always a risk. I hope that will be all right, and we'll travel again together after that, because on the long trips usually people just got their worst sides, so maybe he will not like to travel with me, I don't know. So you never know, but it's always something to have in mind, because when you are alone, for example, you have a hotel room and you can do in this hotel room whatever you like. You can go without any clothes, you have one toilet, one shower, you can do everything you like. When you have someone with you, it's a little bit different, but we'll see how it's going. I cannot say anything right now. So only the time will tell us. If we go on another trip together, then this will be a good answer. Christoph, probably on all of these trips, do you ever get worried about your health? Like if something happened on the trip and you require medical help and you're currently in a poor country in Africa, for example? Never ever, Christoph, never ever. Or any place with less developed medical system and a facility of Europe, for example. No, I never worried about it. I had only one situation that I worried about my health, but it was different story. It was in India when I was traveling, when my motorcycle was on the back of the truck was smoking, but it's completely different story. I never worried about my health. Maybe it's a little bit reckless from my side, and I underestimate the situation, but I'm in general good health, and I never worried so much about it, because even if you worry about it, there is nothing you can do if something goes wrong. It's all part of the risk, part of the adventure. If something goes wrong, it will go wrong. That's it. If something goes so wrong and I die, for example, on a motorcycle trip because of health issues or crash accident or something like that, at least I will die doing what I love to do. This is my explanation about situation, but I never worried about medical health or something like that, because there are doctors everywhere around the world, and I do believe that in many of these places you're going to receive even a better medical health and help than most of the European countries. In Europe everything is very expensive, and if you don't have any money, you will die on the front door of the hospital and they're not going to even touch you. So I never worried about it. No, I never do medical insurance, Pete. I've done it a few times on my trips just to realize that So I've done it a few times, and then I have a lot of time to read the terms and conditions, and when I read them I realized that I do not have any chances to get money from these insurance companies. You can get money if someone hit you on the road and it's not your fault. You can get money if you fall in your hotel, for example, and break your leg. You can get money if you walk on the city center of specific town and you can let's say you can go down and hit your head. Then you can get money from your insurance. If you have some medical condition, also you can get some money. But if you have an accident outside of the road, off-road or stuff like that, where the biggest part of the risk is, you're not gonna get any money. So that's why I never do it. Never seriously do it. The year before that, when I was traveling around Europe, I decided to make this life insurance, because I never do it, but I decided to do it this time. and a friend of mine point me out one insurance company here in Varna. It's international insurance company that he said these are the best guys. Go and ask them; they will pay you for everything. So I went to this company and asked them 3 simple questions. Do you pay if I'm off the road with my motorcycle? They say no. I said, do you pay if I am on the road and I have an accident, but it's my fault? They say no. And I said, do you pay if I am on my motorcycle, but I crash by myself? Let's say I missed the corner. And they say no. And I asked, when you gonna pay? If you have accident, but it's not your fault. And I said, okay, but then his civil insurance will cover my damages. Yes. They will pay me if I'm in the hotel and I have a problem. They will pay me if I have some kind of medical problem, let's say tooth or some kind of appendicitis or something happens with your health in the hotel or some other places. They will pay. But in most of the situations, you cannot go to the hospital just like that. You have to inform them in the first 24 hours. You need to wait and they need to tell you in what hospital you can go and what treatment you can have. It's not that simple. That's why I said go to any insurance company that you plan to have contract with and read the terms and conditions on everything, and then you'll understand what I mean. As I said, it might sound like a reckless to you, but this is in what I believe. So now for South America, I don't plan to make any insurances. Whatever happens, it will happen anyway, one way or another. I'll take the risk. This is my point of view. I survived until 50. How many more? Only God knows. Nothing I can do about it. Any more questions? I'll give you 5 more minutes, guys, and I will leave you with your everyday duties. Next week, we're gonna have, next week is gonna be Sunday. Let me see, next week, 22nd. About the next week, next Sunday, I'm not sure about it. If I'm here, if I'm able to do the stream, I will definitely inform you, but I cannot promise from now. Maybe next Sunday we're gonna miss the stream, then will be the week after that. Alright guys, it looks like there are no more questions. Thank you very much for being my supporters, channel members, Patreons, to support the channel, watch my videos, be part of this stream. I wish you all the best and see you next week. Ciao.